Hi and welcome back or welcome to my All the Perfume YouTube channel. In this video I'm reviewing my entire Ariana Grande perfume collection. So Ariana Grande launched her first fragrance in 2015 and as you can see there have been many launches since then as well. The collection kind of passed me by actually up until the release of Cloud, and then that cute bottle caught my attention and the rest is history. I started collecting them there and then. Yeah, I get a lot of questions about these whenever I post online and indeed over on my Instagram. So I thought I would round them all up, review every single one, right up until there's yet another launch from the brand. So keep watching if you'd like to learn more about these fragrances. I'm going to review these scents in the order that they were released. So from 2015 right up until now, 2023, where we've seen our latest launch. So the first scent in the line, launched in 2015, is R.E.M. In the top of this scent, we have grapefruit, raspberry and pear. In the middle, vanilla, orchid and rose. And in the base, musk, marshmallow and woods. And so I went back and bought this one when I'd already bought a later release because I had to collect them all. And you've got this little 30ml bottle here, faceted with the pom-pom on the side. So yeah, I didn't love how these looked when they were first released. Perhaps because I was so used to the fantasy spherical Britney Spears bottle and anything slightly different maybe looked a bit odd, but it's grown on me. They're not my favourites, but it's pretty. And we will give this a spritz. So I feel this scent is very much a going out in the day shopping scent. It always makes me think of shopping. I have smelt this on other people for sure, and it is a very heavy on the grapefruit, vanilla scent with a little of that marshmallow and woods on the dry down on the skin. It's fruity but not in that tropical way because of your woods and marshmallow, and I would say this is in the way that we talk about perfume, or at least how we're used to society talking about perfume. This is quite conventionally young as a scent. I feel like if I were to smell this, it probably would be on a teenager. But yeah, with me and my scent, that's age isn't a thing. I would wear whatever I liked. But yeah, to give you an idea of what it smells like, with that sweetness, it does project really well though. And that's the thing with the Ariana Grande scents. They do tend, and I'll say as I go through on each one, to project well and to last well. And so, yeah, when we get to talk about their price point, I think that balances out. This for me is fun, fruity daytime with your woods and marshmallow for a little bit of depth. And it'd make a really good gift for a younger person, regardless of whether they like Ariana Grande. It's just a fun scent, and I think there are lots of people who would like to have this displayed like on a dressing table, on a chest of drawers, because it looks cute as well. So yeah, that was the first release from Ariana Grande. That was R.E.M. Launched in 2016, this perfume is sweet like candy. In the top of this scent, we have bergamot, blackberry and blackcurrant. There is also whipped cream, pear and marshmallow. In the middle, we have honeysuckle and jasmine, and in the base, vanilla and cashmere wood. And you've got this same bottle as before, so it kind of looks like a flanker to R.E.M, but it's not. The notes are, yeah, there's some similarities, but it's a unique scent. And I've got the bigger 50ml bottle here, and ml? I usually say milliliter. Yeah, the 50, the next one up, the bigger size. And I think I really like the pink actually. I prefer this to the R.E.M bottle. Let's give this a test. This is a scent I really enjoy. This is like sweets, but more of a fruity sweet. And I'm taken back to being a child and these kind of sweets I used to eat that I can't find online. I'm not even really particularly keen on eating sweets. There's a couple I like, but not too many. But they were like fruit chews, they were called, and they were shaped like chewing gum, but they were like a kind of fruity candy. And this is that sweetness in a fruity, juicy way. I feel like this is a lot like Midnight Fantasy by Britney Spears, but whereas that just projects so well and is really strong and not for the faint-hearted, this is like a more wearable version. Very fun, juicy, fruity, sweet, I don't get so much of the marshmallow from this. I do get the pear note for sure. And the vanilla kind of brings it together, but I don't really associate this as being a vanilla scent. I like that it's similar to R.E. and you've got that vanilla marshmallow kind of wood theme with the different fruits in there. So yeah, you're kind of, for me personally, this has got that candy feel because of my memories, but I'm not sure if you smell this for the first time, if you think of sweets. I think you'd think of sweet fruits instead. But yeah, it's really good. It's so fun to wear. I feel like I can wear this and it's a mood elevator. It's just going to make me feel good for a day out, for a weekend day. Yeah, Sweet Like Candy is a really great choice. Again, like R.E. though, I would say that this is a typically young, quite feminine smell. Great as a gift, again, because this bottle would look really good. Yeah, if you like your sweet perfumes, it will just be fun for you either way. So yeah, that is Sweet Like Candy. Next we have Moonlight, launched in 2017. In the top of this scent we have plum and blackcurrant. In the middle, marshmallow and peony, and in the base, vanilla, amber and sandalwood. And you can see here I've got the big 100ml bottle, and even though the shape still isn't particularly for me, I appreciate that this is iridescent and I love the lilac. So yeah, this is really enjoyable to have in my collection, and it was a birthday present, which I was very happy with. So let's give this a test. I've been looking forward to spraying this one. This grew on me for sure. This is I can really smell that plum actually on spraying. This is a cozy, comforting, calming actually evening wear. Maybe I need this evening. This is a calming scent for sure. I think it'd be quite cool for a winter day actually. So I've talked about R.E. being really great for going out on a shopping day. The same with this, but for winter. But typically for me, this scent is, yes, soft and cozy, and I've had the bath, I'm chilled for the evening, that kind of vibe. Can't get enough of that vibe in my life. So that's what Moonlight is good for. And it took me longer than I'd like to admit to realise that with the name Moonlight, perhaps that was the aim with the scent as well. Something more muted, soft, really, really good indeed. I like a blackcurrant note anyway, and I'm definitely picking up on more of the fruits this time around. Yeah, lovely and woody on the skin too. I like that the 3 scents we've had so far have had those woody notes in the base. So yeah, this is Moonlight, and yeah, you can still buy this now. As with the other 2 scents, they look like flankers of each other. There are some similarities, but no, they are standalone, unique scents, which yeah, I'm pleased you can still purchase now. Launched in 2018, we have Cloud next. In the top of this scent, there are lavender, pear and bergamot notes. In the middle, whipped cream, vanilla orchid, praline and coconut, and in the base, musk and woody notes. And this is the scent that caught my attention because of the bottle. I just thought this looked so cute and I had to have it. I love the cloud, I love the white and the blue. So yeah, I found a way to get this into my collection, and this smell, yeah, this has made a bit of an impact in the fragrance community. I mean, we're talking 5 years after its launch now, and it's yeah, it's a really popular scent that definitely feels like a bit more than a kind of celebrity release for the way that it's kind of talked about and everybody knows it. 2 spritzes, let's give it a go. Yeah, I really enjoy this scent. This is great, and you know, I always say this relative to my collection, that's been used. So with Cloud, I feel you've got this very musky, kind of masculine scent. The thing that made me like this even more as a perfume was when somebody said that it was like a men's aftershave, and I was like, 80s? I think they might have even said the 80s reference as well, and I was like, yeah, it so is. It so gives me kind of 80s masculine vibes. Maybe like a Lynx my brother would have had or something. So yeah, I feel it's not a typical celebrity scent marketed at females, for sure. I get a little of that coconut. I like the lavender in this one, and it's in some of the other Ariana Grandes, as we'll discover. The whipped cream and the praline are really enjoyable scents in this for me. That's, you know, the main reason why I like this really. the muskiness, the 80s vibes, the whipped cream and the praline. This is a nicely done scent which lots of fragrance lovers find very similar to Baccarat Rouge's 540 perfume, which is much more expensive. And I don't think they share any of the notes. I've talked about them before. They have very little in common, but somehow, somewhere in the DNA, this kind of smells like that. There are other perfumes that smell similar to this. You've got Disco Darling by Kylie Minogue. It's got a little bit of the cloud DNA. You've got Opal Drip, now discontinued, from the KKW fragrance range. And I've lately been finding that Kayali's Vanilla Oud has got a little bit of the cloud feel too. So lots of scents are similar. And this projects so well. It is a perfume that will definitely get noticed, will definitely get compliments. And the only negative I have to say about it really is that it lasts so well. So this is the kind of scent where I might smell it on my bed linen, like a couple of days afterwards. I might be putting a load of washing on and I can still smell it on the clothes. I think even going back a couple of years, I could once smell it on clothes after they'd been washed. So yeah, if I'm in any way near a headache, I don't reach for cloud because it'd be too much for me. But I enjoy it. It's perhaps for me a little bit like somebody else's perfume. Like it's not a scent that I quite think of, yeah, this is me, I love this. It's more like I love to enjoy it and put it on like a costume. It's good. So yeah, with all those things in mind, worth checking out. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I don't think it'll be discontinued. But yeah, Cloud is a definitely great, strong, unique perfume release from Ariana Grande. This perfume is Thank You Next, and it was launched in 2019. The notes in this are raspberry and pear, pink rose and coconut, and macaroon and musk in the base. And for me, this has some serious nostalgia. I'm going to take it out of its stand here and have a little moan about the stands, because even though I love this one, how it looked at the time, I actually find them a little bit clunky now. So I do tend to keep it separate to the bottle. So yeah, I've had a good use out of this one, and I got it for Christmas, the year it was released. I smelled it in store before that and I just found it really different. I loved it. I love the fact it had macaroons in it as well. That's always going to tempt me, anything gourmand. And I found that this is a coconut I enjoy. Let's give it a spritz. Oh yes, lovely. Oh, lovely musk, sweet. But as I say, with a twist. This isn't candy or fruity. It's musky, coconut. I get the pear. I mean, I know that there is pear in so many of the Ariana Grande fragrances, but when I'm smelling this, I'm smelling something toasty with coconut and musk, and it's really nice. I love how it projects. I love that when I wear it, I know I'm wearing it. I can smell it throughout the day. I will say this, there are a few people who have reviewed this, you may have heard this already, who say that this smells of pickles. Now, even though I'm like, how did you get to that? Like, it doesn't, it's nothing like pickles. Well, once you know that, it's kind of hard to forget it. So there is something unusual about this and quirky. So test this first is what I would say. I smell it and feel like I'm getting all of those yummy toasted vibes, but I can sort of see that unusual mix might be a little bit like that as well. So it's a funny one. I love this, still available as well. Kept the kind of cloud theme, didn't it, with the stand and that kind of cartoon vibe. So yeah, I'd say Thank You Next is probably in the same vein as Ari and Sweet Like Candy, that you could wear them out. They're feminine, they're kind of young feeling, going shopping, weekend, that kind of vibe. Just for me, this has got a little bit of a Christmas feel to it. So probably personal association, not particularly wintry or summery. I think this could be worn any time of the year and be enjoyable. So that is Thank You Next. Launched in 2020, this scent is R.E.M. In the top of this perfume, we have caramel, salt and fig. In the middle, pear blossom and lavender. And in the base, tonka bean, musk and sandalwood. And once again, we've got a stand for this perfume. And it looks very beautiful. I love the lilac. I loved receiving it, kind of playing with it, smelling it. But now this is a little bit irritating because it's so big. But yeah, a nice problem to have, because I think this one does actually look good compared to some of the other stands. Let's give this a test. So I can't help myself but saying up front that this is one of my real favourites from the line. Lovely, oh, this is so good. Lovely, strong lavender. All the things I like in that opening there. Fig, so good in scents. Salt, caramel. This for me is the masculine vibe of Cloud, but with more lavender and salt. I know the fig is there. I'm not sure I particularly smell it. I mean, maybe I did at one stage. I don't think I do now. Yeah, I can smell the fig. I can smell the fig. It projects so well. I don't really have a perfect time to wear this. I mean, with the name R.E.M, you might think it's a bedtime scent. I just love wearing this so much that I always want to wear lots. So for me, this is a Saturday going out scent. This is why I put this one. But really, kind of anything other than hot weather, maybe. I don't see it suiting hot weather at all. But any other time, this is lovely and statement. And now it's reminding me of something else that I can't quite name. Maybe a Kayali scent. Yeah, this is beautiful. I love this. I always want this in my collection. Perhaps if some of the others weren't to be in my collection, I wouldn't miss wearing them, but I would absolutely miss wearing this. Yeah, I love R.E.M. And if you want musky, strong lavender, I would suggest checking this one out. This is God is a Woman, and it was launched in 2021. In the opening of this perfume, we have pear and ambrette. In the middle, orris and Turkish rose, and in the base, vanilla and sandalwood. Now, this perfume did come with a stand, like some of the others, but I didn't like it, and I've parted ways with it. I'll show a picture. I just wasn't keen and didn't need to keep that in my collection. It did receive a little bit of criticism online, actually, the whole bottle design, because some said that this looked a little bit cheap, but for me, I feel like we're left with lilac juice and something quite simple, which I have put in my handbag in the past as well. So let's give this a test. Now, when I spray this, I get instantly, just lovely, juicy pear. This feels like I'm happy instantly spraying this. This does for me kind of what the opening of Britney's Fantasy does, just instant pick me up, uplift, happy. Where am I going? What are we doing today? Maybe I need to wear this one today. This feels really good. Now, there are plenty of people who say this doesn't last. I haven't really noticed because I just spray so much of it anyway. I mean, yeah, I've sprayed a lot of it. I've worn it a few times. I enjoy it. I have taken it out with me, as I said. So the longevity isn't a thing for me, but it might be something for you to consider if you're looking at buying it. So many of the others last better than this does, but if you're a resprayer, it won't matter. This, I guess, now I'm thinking, is a little bit like the pear version of R.E., whereas that is grapefruit and fun and young and shopping and being out for the day. This is that thing in pear. But I really love that pear in the opening. It's a lot. It's really, really good. I love having this in my collection. I love that it's lilac, so yeah, that kind of brings back some good vibes for me with the case and not liking that. This is God is a Woman, really good if you want something just completely fun, just enjoyable and uplifting. Yeah, that is God is a Woman for sure. Also launched in 2021, this is Thank You Next 2.0. In the top of this scent, we have wild strawberry, apple juice and pomegranate. In the middle, white orchid and jasmine. And in the base, musk, marshmallow and sandalwood. And this bottle is lilac. And the same heart shape and case as we had with the original Thank You Next. I enjoy it more because of the lilac. And also I like that you've got this kind of iridescent look to the bottle too. So let's take it out of its stand and we'll give it a spritz. This is another one that I personally really enjoy. Like, I love wearing this. Let's give it a spritz. This is fruits and musk and lovely and strong, and it projects really well too. So this always reminds me of wearing it to a friend's house, and she loves perfume, but she doesn't compliment like everything I wear. It's not as if she says every time, you know, oh, what are you wearing? That smells good. But she complimented on this. This could be smelt. And it's a lot like the Kayali Eden Juicy Apple. A lot like that one. I love that there's strawberry in this because I'm always saying that I don't feel that strawberry is in enough perfumes. And in the last couple of years, I think we're seeing a difference there. I think perhaps the appetite from perfume lovers for gourmand, for foodie notes is being noticed in the by the perfumers for sure. Yeah, expect lots of fruits in the top and expect that Eden juicy apple vibe, definitely, but a more affordable version, we could argue as well. I'm really pleased that I was able to buy this in the UK, because at one point I felt like this might just be stateside. But yeah, this is a really great perfume. I keep it in the case, I think. I'm not too bothered by this case as it's the smaller size I have. And yeah, just a really fun, I'd say daytime wear, but maybe a little bit less young than some of those other scents we've talked about today. This, yeah, I think this would appeal to a wider range of people for sure. Now we have another flanker with Cloud Intense, launched in 2021. In the top of this scent we have lavender, bergamot and pear. In the middle, whipped cream, praline, vanilla and coconut. And in the base, cashmere, ambroxan, musk, woods and also orchid. And so yeah, we've got this huge bottle here. I'm very lucky. My lovely friend bought this for me as a complete surprise treat, the 100 millilitres, and I like the stand because I love this gorgeous blue and it feels like a real piece in my collection. So yeah, some big bottles with our Ariana Grande scents today. And I'll take it out in order to give it a test. So you might have noticed with those notes, you've got everything the same as the original Cloud, but this time with the ambroxan. Now the fact that it was an intense version as well, so it was 2.0 intense, I'm a little confused about which of those names is the one to use. I thought, wow, how can we get more intense than Cloud? That's already really long lasting, it projects so well. And then along came this one, just with that addition of the one note. Let's give it a test. And I just don't get something more intense. I get something more creamy, more yummy with the coconut, a lot more of the whipped cream, and definitely more wearable. So when I want a Cloud vibe, but I don't have to worry about it being too much, I reach for the intense version, which just to me feels like a real funny contradiction. I love having this. It's sweet, but in that coconut way, which I feel is what we get from all of the Ariana Grande scents. Even with something like Sweet Like Candy, we're not really getting typically sweet. We get maybe musk or marshmallow or coconut. There's always something that feels a little bit different to the rest of the market, like she's almost got her own DNA for the fragrance line. Yeah, musky, creamy coconut. And I'm not a huge fan of coconut. It's not something that will draw me into a scent. It's something that I kind of love when it's done well, and I love how it's mixed, and I love being made to love it when it's done really well in a perfume. So this is really good. I would recommend checking this one out because it just feels really fun, foodie, not maybe in an evening way, in a day way as well. Like it's a great perfume that I really enjoy. I think this might be my scent of the day, in fact. So that is Cloud 2.0. Launched in 2022, this next perfume is Mod Blush. The notes in this scent are passion fruit and raspberry, along with bergamot and pink pepper. In the middle, rose, pear and magnolia, and in the base, sandalwood, ambroxan and musk. And this was launched at the same time as Mod Vanilla, so we had two scents to enjoy at the same time. And I've cheated a little bit with this. So you've got this quite unusually shaped bottle here, but I find the lid really hard to take off. So I did do it while filming and then knocked the stand, and I'm all for full disclosure and saying it's hard to take off, but yeah, I thought I would perhaps not have the stand wobble at the same time. Let's give it a test. So my husband bought me this for Valentine's Day, and I was really pleased with it because it's Ariana Grande and I love so many of the scents. This is lovely and kind of peppery. Not typically a passion fruit scent, but fruity from that raspberry, very musky, and lovely and kind of like wrapped in vanilla is how this feels. So it's got a kind of cozy vibe to it. Another fragrance lover said that it's like Escada's Candy Love, and as soon as that was said, they are so similar, which is kind of funny because that's heart-shaped, and I think I was wearing it on Valentine's Day anyway, and then along came this and I had two, yeah, very lovely similar scents. This is like the spicy version of those other things we've seen from the collection. You've still got your fruits, still got musk and vanilla, but the pink pepper gives it something else, gives it a little bit of an edge. I don't think I need a bottle this big. Tricky to say when this was a present for me. Just, I think this isn't one that I will personally go through as quickly as Thank You Next, as you saw, or with R.E.M, which I absolutely love, but this is an enjoyable wear nonetheless. For that reason, I'd probably say that it was a safer buy. Another great gift idea, if you see this on any kind of offer or it's a great price, this one is hard to dislike. It's a little bit of all of those things. Yeah, pleasing, like enjoyable fruits, vanilla, musky, a little peppery, not too much of any one thing, and the pink is nice in the bottle as well. So yeah, I can forgive it for not being too easy to open and close. So yeah, that is, so I'm not going to be able to close it now. I'll put that there. So yeah, an enjoyable scent in the collection, that is Mod Blush. So this is Mod Vanilla, launched in 2022, as I'd said, at the same time as Mod Blush. And the notes in this are pink freesia, musk, and also plum. In the middle, we have praline and orris root, and in the base, vanilla and coconut. And I was really waiting for this one for a long time. It was the one that I needed to complete my collection, ready to film. But as with the Mod Blush, getting the bottle open takes some doing. Okay, we got there. And I'm not sure why. I'd found it a little bit easier maybe to open the bigger one, but never mind. Let's give this a test. So when I first smelled this a few months ago, I thought it was so much like God is a Woman that I didn't really need this in my collection, which is why perhaps I held fire for a little while and didn't go out and buy it for myself initially. I was sure I could smell pear. Even today, I've double checked. There is no pear in this. I think I'm smelling the plum. But then when I did have this joy in my collection a couple of weeks ago, I found it quite different and quite musky. Not particularly to my personal taste, but now we're back. I've kind of come full circle here and it's smelling like God is a Woman. I would say you don't need both, but it depends on what you're looking for. This is more musky and does last better. And if you like the cute white bottle, that's something too. This is a lot more vanilla-y than I remember it on very first test. So I can see, I think it does deserve the name. It's very typical of the Ariana Grande line with that coconut as well. It's enjoyable. And I think it's a good day scent for sure. Yeah, I like it, not up there with my favourites, but I can appreciate it more and its similarities with God is a Woman. Yeah, that is Mod Vanilla. We have our final scent here, for the time being at least, with Cloud Pink, launched in 2023. In the top of this one, we have red berries, pineapple and pitahaya. In the middle, we have coconut water, vanilla orchid and ambrette. And in the base, praline, amberwoods and musk. And yeah, this pink bottle had my attention. I knew I wanted this in my collection, and thank you to the perfume shop for sending me my bottle. I've also reviewed this one individually. And let's give it a sniff. This to me, when it's all said and done and kind of you get the whole kind of composition at once, has like a toasted cotton candy feel to it, which suits the pink really nicely indeed. I still get my kind of masculine vibe from it, my kind of pineapple. I love pineapple in a men's scent. And you've got your little coconut in there. It's perhaps a little bit more like Thank You Next than it is like the original Cloud for me, I would say that. Maybe like the Thank You Next with a little bit of that vibe of your Thank You Next 2.0 and the juicy fruits as well. I've worn this a couple of times since and I do enjoy it, not least because it lasts well, like all the others do. This one has its stand, and this time around I've actually kept it displayed in its stand. I think with the Ariana Grande perfumes, I feel better when they're in a smaller bottle as a rule, because they just feel easy to store and display and a bit less clunky. So yeah, there are people who think this was released just on the back of the kind of pink vibes and trends this year, but it's enjoyable and fun. I would just say don't pay too much for this one. Yeah, that is Pink Cloud, toasty, a little bit of pineapple and still musky like the others. So let's talk, are they worth it and money? Well, these perfumes are usually priced at a higher price point than you would expect from a celebrity line, but because as a rule they do last and project so well, and the bottles look pretty cute too, I would say they are worth it. But just as is true always for my perfume buying, be on the lookout for deals, offers, any store that can offer you kind of loyalty schemes and money off in that way. So I use the Boots Advantage card, I use the Superdrug card, And just lately as well, the perfume shop gave me their VIP card too. So that is how I bought my Mod Vanilla perfume. I used £15 off of that card. So yeah, there are ways of finding these a little bit cheaper, but yeah, if you're thinking you're paying more than maybe you would for a Britney scent, think of the longevity, and yeah, I think that justifies it. In terms of a wish list, well, of course I wish that there would still be releases from the Ariana Grande line because I find these scents so fun, but also ideally I would have had my bottle of Frankie. So that was a limited edition release, and yeah, if you see it online now, it is just so super overpriced when you see a reseller sell that one. There was also a really cute red bottle of Sweet Like Candy. So yeah, ideally I'd have those in my collection, but I don't hold out any hope. I think those are bygone now. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to see what else comes out in the line in the future. Thank you so much for watching my Ariana Grande reviews. I hope I helped you learn a little bit more about some of the scents you haven't tried, and if you have tried any of them, please do chat to me in the comments or indeed ask me any questions. Please do go and give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to my channel. I've got lots of other videos to go back and look at, and more to come too. Please do find me on Instagram where I post daily, TikTok, my blog, and also on Threads. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video.